I'm originally from Jacksonville, Florida, and out of college, I started a little oil distributorship. Got to the point where the business was starting to take me over, and I ended up going to a conference, learned a lot about exit planning, and ended up becoming a client and went through the process and ended up successfully selling that business in 1991. I started my second company in 2005. When the pandemic happened, that didn't affect our business too much, but that was really an eye-opener to me as another external factor that we talk a lot about in the conference, about external factors, things that are out of our control. And when the government shut down the economy, I realized that was a risk that I just wasn't willing to take. I thought, okay, this is the time to start the process again, re-engaged with generational. We went to market, and what we learned was what the business was really worth. Business is your single largest asset, your home's your second largest asset. In my case, certainly my business was my single largest asset. But after we went to market and the offers that we got, I began to realize, wow, it was a heck of a lot more of my net worth than I actually thought. But the pricing came in right, the structure was right, so clearly the time was right. One of the main reasons this buyer wanted us, and the reason they paid the premium that they paid, was our reputation, our key employees, and the way we do business, our intangible assets. We as business owners think that, of course we know our business better than anybody else. We can probably take those same skills and sell our company. And the reality of it is, those are absolutely two completely different skill sets. But when it comes to negotiating the sale of a business, there's so much to it that you just have no idea. In the conference, there's a lot of discussion about deal killers. And there are a lot of deal killers, and one of the things that's discussed is the fact that business owners are, without a doubt, the #1 deal killer. And that's true for a lot of reasons. I almost killed my first deal 30 years ago, and I almost killed this deal. So if it wasn't for my generational equity deal maker, if it wasn't for him, I can assure you my deal would have died. His skill set was so beyond anything that I could ever do. He was negotiating things that I did not even understand. I'm just shocked at the amount of time and energy and effort that each deal maker goes through. In fact, after the transaction, I called the president of Generational Equity and I said, whatever you're paying your deal makers, you're not paying them enough. I kept telling myself, be patient, be patient, be patient. And sure enough, he told me, he said, Alan, this time next month, you're going to look back and you're going to thank me. And sure enough, so it worked out. I know what I'm good at, I know what I'm not good at, and selling a company, it's a completely different animal than selling products and services. You always have to hire a professional firm, and I would have never tried this on my own, and my deal would not have happened if I had tried to do it on my own. I can tell you, when I got down towards the end of doing the deal, I really wasn't a good sleeper because it was a lot of pressure towards the end, and it really didn't hit me till about 2 weeks post-transaction that I was just sleeping so good. You finally get to live the dream. Now when you look back and you say, you've been in business for 40 years and you've sold 2 companies, 30 years apart, it's a great season of life. Spur of the moment is what I like to do, and when you're a business owner, you really can't do spur of the moment. You live by your calendar, and I don't have to live by a calendar anymore. Me and my old Labrador Retriever get to relax and enjoy life a little bit.